Hi, Shotzi here, Andrew Shaw. Starting another new painting. You can see I'm priming the canvas at the moment with a burnt umber, just to give a bit of an earthy background. This is going to be another one of those imaginary portraits. If Rembrandt were here, or was around in the early 20th century and did a portrait of Albert Einstein, what might it look like? And of course, as I always say, this will never be anywhere remotely close to the quality of a Rembrandt portrait, but I'm hoping to sort of capture some of that style. And as per usual, I'm using the umber as my base to block things in, get the very basic structure, staying in this monochromatic place for quite a while until I feel I have at least where things go, or at least where they go roughly. Looking for the darks. I'm not worried about neatness, so I often tell my students I call this stage embrace the mess. It's going to look not like much for quite a while, because I'm just trying to find my way. How do things fit together? Basic proportions. You know, for Einstein, one of his signature features is his hair, so I'll certainly spend a lot of time on that. Just move the chin. As I've said many times also, it's the beauty of oil paint. I can make changes almost whenever I want, either painting over, or if it's still soon after, I can just wipe it off. A little more structure to the hair. Find the darks. The light is clearly coming from the upper left, so things on his left side or the right side of the painting will be darker in general. Trying to get his jacket. He's got his hand there propped up on the left side, just touching it right now, holding a pipe. We'll see if that stays. Needs to be moved, I'm not sure. Just trying to get the overall feel, the kind of the gesture, the energy of the pose, or at least the imaginary pose. Filling in some of the hair. Putting little bits of white now. It's really still monochromatic when I'm using white. It's not really a color, at least the way I look at it. So you got the mustache, so it will now come in the hair. Could be a bit blue in there. Maybe yellow and blue, it's a bit greeny. Shirt collar. Needless to say, it doesn't yet look like Albert Einstein, but his hair is starting to take shape a little bit. Getting his hand. Now I'm going to put in some background. Like Rembrandt, I'm putting in a very dark background, but it will help the figure stand out and will help me gauge better the values in the figure, in the portrait. Now bringing in some skin tones. First some red. Down on his fingers there. A little bit of umber or sienna. Just trying to get more structure. Start to have the face emerge. But it's still a very early stage. I still consider this a block-in stage. Just trying to know roughly where things go. Not painting his eyes, not painting his cheeks, his hair. I'm painting where I think they go. Big highlight on his forehead and his nose. A little more with the hair. It looks like, I have an underlying structure that's, maybe it's a stretch, but it's starting to resemble Albert Einstein. And that will be it for this first installment. Please stay tuned. There will be more to follow. Thank you.